ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। O Lord, this outer world is full of with divine consciousness. This inner world is also full with divine consciousness. From the fullness of divine consciousness, the word is manifested, taking Poon from Poon, remains indeed Poon because divine consciousness is non-dual, one undivided and infinite. Respected Chairman of Aryan College, Ajmer, an eminent academician and a motivator, Sri Amarpal Singh Ji Shekhawat, respected Director Madam Nisaji Shekhawat, and learned Khushbu Ma'am, learned faculty members, dear students, and everybody present online in this webinar. A very good morning to all of you. In this session, we will discuss and try to understand the present scenario of cybercrime and need of cyber security to address and mitigate cybercrime. And we'll also discuss the different kinds of cyber crimes and the legal mandates. How to protect the women and girls from the cyber violence in the present age of IT, internet and computer technology. We will also discuss the legal provisions which are applicable to address this crime. You students, the faculty members and everybody in the society are mostly using computer, laptop, smartphone, internet, Wi-Fi, hotspot, social media websites, bank cards and banking applications, emails, websites, mobile applications, games applications, other entertainment applications. The mobile phone has been replaced by the smartphone. And what is smartphone? It is basically the mobile phone which has a touchscreen interface, an operating system to download and run the various mobile applications, and internet access to connect with anyone from anywhere. So in the present time, the working in all domains including the education domain is enveloped with cyberspace. Everybody in the society is on the internet. All the data of the persons using internet is open and accessible to all. All those who are connected on the webinar, their data is on the online, on the internet. The protection of data is of utmost importance because a very few of the users of computer resource know how to use safely the computer resource. Most of the users who do not know the safe use and do not follow the cyber security controls and cyber security controls and they become victim of cyber violence. Various studies on the subject reveal that maximum sufferers of the victim are women and girl child. Then comes senior citizens. After that, the senior citizens, they are the victims. The menace of cybercrime is so high that everybody becomes panic when hears about this cybercrime. In the daily newspapers and electronic media, we see innumerable cases of cybercrime. The few cases which we share just now, just you see on your screen, the very case is the hacking of Twitter account of our Honorable PM or PM of the country, whose Twitter account was hacked for some time. So it was recovered without much delay. It was in the news and you all might have seen. So the second case, you see, in the second case, 3 persons were booked in case of posting vulgar and abusive comments. It was there in the Times of India, and the abusive comments were on the social media site of the lady, and they committed the gendered cybercrime of outraging modesty of a woman. It was reported in Times of India on September 6, 2020. Then the third case. Third case is you see, it's a very serious case, serious crime, and this is morphing of photographs with the help of deep nude websites which uses artificial intelligence. This is very dangerous, the deep nude websites. So they use the artificial intelligence algorithm to generate nude pictures of clothed people. The user generates within seconds a nude version of the picture of clothed people, which are typically a woman. There are several versions of deep nude on the internet, including an app and a Twitter handle. One page even seeks donations from the users. This type of recent trends in women to register on alluring websites like Sari Challenge, the Couple Challenge, etc., where women upload their pictures on their social media account and tag their friends, creating a chain. They present endless opportunities to criminal elements to prey on them using websites with deep nude. Once the nude of the women is generated, the possibility of misuse is endless, like blackmailing, pornography, creating catfish accounts. What is a catfish account? In the catfish account, the criminal elements made and managed using alluring pictures of women to ensure men committing acts that set them up for the blackmailing later. So such type of serious cases. Now comes the fourth case. Fourth case, where a girl, you see the heading, girl who kidnapped, murdered her Tinder match reveals chilling details in terrifying candid interview. So what is the case? So this is the outcome of registering on the social media inadvertently without verifying the features and security controls of the social media. The social media is Twitter here. And what is the outcome? The 27-year-old meritorious girl from a respectable family. You might have seen in the papers. So the girl from a respectable family, she registered herself through internet and her smartphone on the social media platform Tinder without knowing the characteristic features of the social media platform. Later on, she became victim of cybercrime and was booked for committing kidnapping, extortion and murder. The moral of this news is, or the story is, the girl was innocent and ignorant about the cyber law and safe use of computer resource and social media platform. That's why she became the victim of this. The fifth case, again a case of celebrity, our retired Chief Justice of India. The case was reported in July 2009 in all newspapers. You see the cyber crooks dupe ex-CJI Lodha of ₹1 lakh. In this case, as per the news reported in Times of India, the retired Chief Justice of India, Justice Lodha, received an email claimed to be sent by one retired Supreme Court judge, his brother judge, Justice B.P. Singh, and request was made to an urgent need of ₹1 lakh for his cousin's treatment. It was found that the email was a spoofed email. So it is very essential to know the mails, whether it is a fake mail or a real mail. So it was found that the email was spoofed email which was sent using fake identity and by the name of a retired justice. It is a case of cybercrime of cheating through spoofed email, identity theft and hacking. Again, a case of academician, a celebrity academician, ex-Delhi University Vice Chancellor Deepak Pental sent to Tihar jail on plagiarism. This is a case of plagiarism. So many cases of plagiarism that take place. So it is a case of theft of intellectual property using a computer resource and an internet, a case of plagiarism. Now again the next case is seventh case, that is युवती का वीडियो बनाकर हैक किया. So the girl used to come for coaching her boyfriend to put photo and videos and share the obscene photos and videos for blackmailing her. It is a case of recording and distribution of personal photos, videos and information in electronic form. A case of cybercrime of non-consensual sharing of sexual contents without permission, cyber harassment, cyber blackmailing, cyber defamation and cyber pornography. The case was registered. And the next case, in similar case, प्रेमिका ने रिश्ता तोड़ा तो बॉयफ्रेंड ने फोटो एडिट करके सोशल मीडिया पर डाला और बता दिया सेक्स वर्क. It is a case of gendered cyber violence of fake ID, non-consensual sharing of image, cyber morphing, cyber blackmailing, cyber pornography and cyber dating abuse. The boyfriend had in his possession some photos of the girlfriend when they were living together in relation. After they had some differences, they were not in relation, and the annoyed boy uploaded the morphed photos of the lady with her home address and also attached a message that she is a sex worker. The objectionable message started coming on the telephone of the victim. This is a common modus operandi used by the culprits in the gender cyber violence. You might have heard the cases what happened in the one of the biggest university, Rajasthan University, and in Udaipur also, with the same modus operandi. So they take the IP address and photos from the, it is easily available, and they pass on the messages of that time. Second, now it's the महिला संचालित कर रही है साइबर जालसाजी का गया है, and the lady, this is a cyber banking fraud through WhatsApp hacking, and the lady is operating on that. So all sorts of cases. The next case, the 10th case, is the 9th Mahila Sanchalti, and it says in the corona pandemic, the cyber crime, the ladies are being attacked, they are targeted. So now the next case, हेलो सर, मैं मोबाइल कंपनी से बोल रही हूँ, आप सिम को, आपकी सिम को अपडेट करना और मैसेज भेजते हैं. दिस इज द मॉडस ऑपरेंडी. द मॉडस ऑपरेंडी ऑफ फाइनेंशियल फ्रॉड through mobile, and you may see the phishing. This modus operandi is called phishing. Then another case. All these cases are reported in the papers and in the news, and it is the data scientist ने दिल्ली चुनाव में पकड़ा था छेड़छाड़ का नेटवर्क. So this is also case of computer crime committed through computer. Then the bank frauds, हो जाए अलर्ट बिना OTP, without OTP your data may be hacked, bank data may be hacked. Then the key system hack करके गाड़ी चुराते, फर्जी कागजात पर दूसरी चाबी लेते. A case of cyber crime, hacking, theft of vehicle, identity theft and cheating. So all type of cases. Now again the next, इंटरनेट पर मिल रही हैं फर्जी डिग्रियां, पैसा दो, बैकडेट से डिग्री लो. So this is the cyber crime, case of forgery and cheating. We have seen all these cases. These are the very few cases of cyber crime in today's scenario. All these are examples of cyber crime. The question comes to mind, what is cyber crime? What is cyber? This is also a new thing, the new word cyber. What are the ingredients? We hear cyber day by day. And what is the ingredients of cyber? What are the types of cyber crime? So now we will discuss. The first is, what is cyber? We want to know what cyber is. Is it a tangible thing? Is it some device or something like that? No, it's not the device, it's not tangible, it's intangible. And it is the name given to the characteristic of culture of computers the information technology and virtual reality. These three terms are common, and you may add to one more the artificial intelligence and all that. Now, what is virtual reality? It is very confusing. If it is virtual, how it is real? And if it is real, how it is virtual? So the virtual reality is it looks as if it is real, but actually it is not there. And the simplest example is when you get the message in the night at 12:30 or 12:05 in the night that so much amount has been debited in an account and credited in the account of Mr. X at some other place. So in the night you get the message, so you are in deep sleep. Morning you see there was a message in the night. You go to the bank. I have not submitted any check. My passbook is with me. My card is with me. The manager was not there in the night at 12. May it be that he might have done at 5. So one goes to the bank and verifies with the manager. Manager says, yes, it has been debited from your account, sir, and it has been credited to somebody else. Who did it? Sir, computer did it. How computer does it? So it is in the, so that is the virtual, in the virtual space. And reality, the outcome is reality. That is the beauty of this. And in the cyber space, we define virtual with an environment created with the help of three-dimensional environment, created with the help of tools and computer resources. And such an environment is created, an artificial environment is created, so it looks to the user as if it is real. It is a virtual, but if it looks as if it is real, so that is the virtual reality. Then what is cybercrime? Cybercrime is the illegal use of computer and the computer resources, the networking, the communication devices for the illegal activities, where the computer resources are either a target or a tool or incidental to crime. Now there are three things. The computer resources are tool, means the crime is committed with the help of computers. When the computer resources are target, means they are being targeted, they are being attacked. The computer resources itself are attacked. And now third is the incidental. It is not used as a target and not used as a tool, but the presence of computer resources at the point of or the place of commission of crime. So by mere presence, the computer captures some digital evidences in it. So again it is categorized as the cyber crime. In addition to this, the cyber crimes are also categorized on the basis of loss caused to the victim. To say the loss is the social reputation, maybe the financial or any other type of loss. The cyber crimes are categorized on the parameters of victim also, as an individual or gendered or society or corporate or nation, etc. So cyber crime are also categorized on the basis of modus operandi of the crime, like the hacking, phishing, wishing, and other the threatening, the cyber blackmailing, cyber abuse, cyber outing, cyber frapping, cyber trolling, fake news, rumors, cyber exclusion, cyber flaming, trickery, cyber masquerading, cyber grooming, cyber dating abuse, cyber morphing, cyber hacking, we already covered, cyber bullying, cyber stalking, cyber impersonation, defamation, pornography, non-consensual sharing of image, then recording and distribution of sexual assaults, then internet related, identity theft, data modification, spyware, keylogger, phishing, wishing, etc. The basic law. Now this is the variety of cyber crimes. The basic law pertaining to cybercrime or for the prevention and mitigation of cybercrime is the Information Technology Act 2000. It is IT Act 2000 to address all such type of cases we have just seen and reported daily in the newspapers. Initially in this section, we will take a brief one paragraph of this only, that initially it had the 94 sections in IT Act. It is a small act. 4 sections are deleted out of this 94 and 20 new added through various amendments. So now there are only 120 sections in IT Act 2000. Out of 120, only 27 sections are pertaining to various cybercrime like unauthorized access, then download, extract, unauthorizedly introducing virus, damages, disrupts, denies access, charges the service, provides any assistance, destroy, delete, all that tampering the computer resource. And similarly at the same time, the dishonestly receiving stolen computer resource or communication device, for the identity theft, for cheating by personation, concealed resource, punishment for violation of privacy. This is very important. Section 66E speaks about, you should know that the punishment for violation of privacy under the IT Act. Then punishment for cyber terrorism, life imprisonment is there. Punishment for publishing or transmitting obscene material in electronic form, and punishment for publishing, transmitting of material containing sexually explicit act. Obscene material containing sexually explicit act. There is a separate section under section 67A. And punishment for transmitting or material depicting children in sexually explicit act. That is the depicting sexual explicit act journal, and this is special provision has made if the children are made sexually explicit act in that. So that is the section 67B. So to sum up, it is very essential, very essential that the user of computer resource, to say like computer, laptop, smartphone, internet, Wi-Fi, hotspot, and email, websites, banking applications, bank card, games application, one should know the safe use of these resources and should also use safety precautions to prevent the cybercrime. And if any time you have the suspicion that there is something wrong with my computer, with something wrong with my smartphone or my Wi-Fi connection, if you have any doubt, please get it checked from the authorized person and the authorized company. Somebody might have inserted any program, has done any programming or inserted any of the virus. So get it checked. So take due precautions, safety precautions, and in spite of taking safety precautions, if something happens, then what to do? That is most important. Suppose you took all due precautions, which Sachin will just discuss with you, Sachin and Satyendra, what precautions are to be taken for the safeguard. If in spite of all precautionary measures, if the cyber crime is committed or you happen to become the victim of the cyber crime, then the question is what to do. So the victim is in a fix. Cases are not reported to that much. The reason being, first, people do not know the law. Then people do not know the procedure. What to report, where to report, how to report. So all these things are in the questions are in mind. I'll tell you 2-3 simple. If there is anything, any cybercrime, you happen to become the victim of any cybercrime, please go to the report section of the service provider. And the service in the report section of the service provider, you report the matter, and simultaneously you inform your parents. Normally they don't inform the parents, especially the girls, they don't inform their parents. So you inform your parents, and then you also inform the police. And how to report to the police? Very simple. You can report through the email, or you can go in person and give the document in writing. And please have a copy of the photocopy of that report you have submitted. So if in spite of submitting the report, the police does not take action or does not register the case, please send a reminder email to the police station as well as to the senior officers. And you can get the email ID of police station and senior officers. You go to the website of the police, you will get all the email IDs. So that is all. Thank you very much.